Hey, welcome back to Chesterville. Let this run for like 12 hours while I was down in, the panic room under the library thing. The point is this. We're, well, we're getting these things. I've already got a bunch of them stored up here, along with whatever else we need to make potions. B, it partly because it was already so much stored up. Iron got out of hand. I don't know where we are on it now. About there, I guess. So it was like 3 of these were full of iron. So this was already full. So I put in this, and now it's full, and I put in this, and it's like almost halfway full. So iron is not something we're out of, that's for sure. It's something we have to figure out better ways to store it or sell it off or something.
Yeah, we've only got like 4 guys who want it.
Well, we could work on that, yeah. Well, that actually kind of plays into something I'm thinking. Because when they... Let me get to... Let me show you what I'm thinking. If I can get in here, it's still lagging. You are... Yeah, so... He wants iron, and that's what we want to hear. But to get him to the point that he does want iron, half of them or so want coal. You can also just buy, like, weapons that you don't need. So coal is actually kind of optimal, since we can make that happen. And the way we can make it happen, he has tools for sale. Coal again. So, yeah, we could arrange for a whole village somewhere, I guess, that's just tool guys. What I'm thinking about that, we have this, which is just kind of what I've stored up over time from, there's a couple of ways to get it. There's, if we throw wood in the oven, we get charcoal. If we trade charcoal in, we can get ore, coal ore, which is slow and annoying. It's better when you're doing this and the Fortune 3, the average 2 or 3 coal bits per ore. But let me show you what's happening with what I'm thinking. Yeah, that is an option. But we can also get it from Spookies. And I actually went ahead and cheat traded in another wither skeleton and egg in exchange for, I just threw, actually I didn't throw it, I dropped it on the ground, so it's probably still in there. I just thought of that. It doesn't matter, I just want to check. So we do have the village in here that's doing what it does, which is, if we're in the area and there's enough room, it's complicated. Well, it's not complicated, it's just stupid. It's... we have this, I guess, thinking about it, where we can just go in and swat these guys because they exist, because there's a spawner. And then we get some coal here. B, we also get skulls that way, which is, arguably advantageous. We already did a wither, we could do more of them if it seemed like there was a point. We also, yeah, there it is, that's what I was afraid of. Let me just make sure this is actually off my map, because, I'm acknowledging that I'm cheating, but I'm trying to do it in a way that Chester doesn't... He's old enough that there was no egg for Spookies back then. But we have, yeah, this here coming in from... If you stand in there, it's close enough to excite the spawners up there. The flaw is every once in a while you have to leave and make room, because there will be so many monsters in this damn thing. Why is this open? That there will be monsters carpeting this place, like somewhat literally, in the sense that it won't allow iron guys to spawn, and then we just have a bunch of monsters no one can kill because they're in there. And we have no iron guys to kill them. And that's why I wanted to put the magma spicy slimes where I did. Which is the next thing to address real quick. It's really pretty incidental, but in point of fact, let me out of here. I'm going to go mention that I watched through the last video. made more changes, moved the microphone to somewhere that it's, what is this thing? It's Blue Yeti. That's a thing. Anyway, used to be just on my desk, you know, like Letterman's desk, and you know, so there's that. But if I did this, everything was horrible. So I got a like a desk lamp arm thingy, whatever the spring arm thing, and that was fine. But it's not long enough. It's behind. It's hooked to the desk behind the screens, and it wasn't actually long enough to be high enough to not be in the blocking the secondary screen to the. I don't know why I'm turning, but it's over here. When I leave the. Over here is a whole nother screen where I can pull in that I'm recording this. And it was blocking elements of that. So it's now elevated and above the screens. So I played back the video to make sure the sound was okay because it was the first time after doing that. And I noticed that when I put in these, I cleverly started from center and then, you know, 2 and 3 and done, 2 and 3 and done, 1 and 2 and 3. So there was actually a whole extra row of poppers that weren't necessary. So I took those out. Got killed a couple times doing it because, Christ, they just between the Spicies and the Iron guys, they were just brutal. The slimes really wanted me dead, and then at some point the Iron guys got upset and wanted me dead, and I just kept getting dead. So there goes one because they, yeah, you can hear it, the magma cube is counterattacking. It works pretty well. I mean, you saw the results of the slime. We have nine stacks in the potion bin, and then however many left over after that. And I traded in a stack to get another egg in case we want it somewhere. Anyway, here's what I'm thinking, and I'm not sure because I've never tried anything like this. But I see you're instigating the spawn box.
I just walked past it.
That's okay because that's kind of where I'm heading next.
Oh.
I don't really know for sure what's going to happen here, but I got to find out. I do know that in theory, a spooky, a wither skeleton, one of these guys, if it falls like 22 meters, whatever it is, kind of like how we initially there was a whole 24-meter drop for the top of this thing when it was just hitting the ground, and you know, optionally we could put in a thing that prevented monsters from dying on impact. They would just be almost dead. I think these apply, these are subject to the same physics, that if they fell from up there to right here, they would just about die, and any more they would die. I don't doubt that they'll die. By the way, I should have, that's a witch, that's a spider, that's a pigman, that's a witch, up there is a fish. So I should be able, I hope, to put this in right... Mary Poppins, y'all. Put this in right there, I hope. Yeah, that's a sword. Okay. So that should allow that thing to spawn. You know, it's like anything else. I don't think it needs an actual surface to spawn onto necessarily. And supposing it, and it might spawn into the water somehow and get... The water shouldn't be a problem because a witch just came out of there. I saw it happen. What are you doing? There's so much lag. It's stupid. Yep, that happened. Yeah, turn something off for a sec. Lose that. Yep, bye-bye. Does that speed? Not really. That apparently is not particles. Who knew? I don't know if anything's come out. But what I'm a little curious about, I don't know why I did that. What I'm curious about, I might as well turn these back on because they do have use. I don't know what else I can fancy. I don't care. It's just lagging because we have too much redstone and storage and stuff. That's a fish going down there. I don't know. You know, if you want to... Where are you?
Downstairs looking up.
Oh, like down there?
Yeah.
Oh, I see you. If you want to come up here...
Okay.
In fact, just... I got extra one. I found these somewhere. I'm going to head down there eventually. And, I was can just go. Actually, they're not going to go in. I don't care. Oh, the lag. It's only, yeah, I still have 16 on me, so that's good. Let me maybe get off this thing so I'm not oh, and yeah, I guess I should have mentioned, I linked up. I took out the boxes that were here. Lost most of the stuff, in fact. Doesn't matter. Linked them all up, so the iron, it's empty now, but the iron row goes into this, is just here. That's the rose row, which also, well, it's a junk row, so it also includes the magma balls. Then they go there and around there, and ultimately just link into the system here, so that's a thing. Yeah, so what I'm kind of wondering, no, that was an Enderman. If we're gonna get, I assume we'll get Spookies? Why wouldn't we? I mean, it'd be strange. If not, I don't know, I guess there's other ways, but... Problem is, it's just, with the lag, it's also damn slow. There's no good way to... we could test it over time, I don't doubt that would work. I mean, if it does work, we'll know. What's that? No. So... I'm surprised they... As slow as they're falling, it seems like they shouldn't get hurt. It's like, whee! That's not how it works. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go look. Stay where you are, I guess. We'll just have that happen. I'll go see if at least maybe something happened when I wasn't looking. And
it was a little weird that one didn't spawn right away when you put it.
I'm wondering about that. I know that the most common thing from those is going to be bones, which means we basically have skeletons back in there, which is sort of too bad. No arrows though, so it's different. I don't see. Oh, what the hell is this? Any coal yet? So I don't know. I guess we might find it's just our junk drawer looks like a junk drawer. There's just stuff in it. That's all stuff I bought because I was trying to open up the butchers so they would want lamb or mutton and beef, which I suppose worked. But now I'm stuck with all this food that we could eat, but I haven't really needed to yet. Get down here. Yeah, well, it's not a problem, but this is full, so these are just sort of sitting on the surface waiting for anything to happen. Is that, if there's going to be anywhere that it can go in, it's most likely that, because it's the furthest from the exit, basically. Yeah, there we go. It spirals out, so most of them impact somewhere else, and it doesn't last, it goes away. I don't know, what noise do Spookies make? That's a fish. Okay. Well, we'll wait and see, I guess. It's still in there, though, right? Like in the spawner?
Should be.
I would think so, but I don't know what to think about it. I don't think they need a surface to spawn onto. Nothing else around here does. Not really. What was that? I saw something.
Which?
Oh, it was dark, so I thought maybe it was a spooky. Well, if it doesn't work, we can come up with something else. But I just thought it might be neat to have an auto-generating kind of supply of coal. Although that's my next question. First I assume it'll eventually spawn. It's weird that it hasn't. If that assumption plays out, I assume it'll hit the ground and die. Then I assume, in all likelihood, it'll give us bones. My assumption beyond that is it'll give us coal. We won't get skulls because you have to kill them personally for that. But if because Iron Guy's killing him gets that gets us coal. So I don't know. Let's give it some time and see what happens. What else is new? Never really finished what I was talking about yesterday with the nether update. Although I'm not sure what they're. From what I was watching the thing. From what I gather. One thing, I think what they're doing is changing pigmen to be more intelligent, I guess is a way of putting it. Like they'll wander around the nether hunting these wild boars or wildebeest or something. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. I think there's some, you can vote on what to call them, because right now they're just like, what is it, like piglin beast or something like that? Pigmen are becoming piglins or something. I think it's piglin. Sounds right. I could be wrong. So whatever advantage there is to those, I assume it'll be a new type of meat. I doubt they'll just give you raw pork. Maybe. I don't know. There were like, what looked like trees made of netherwort, or that bloomed, but it was like blocks of netherwort. So I don't know if you can, if you make, if you take netherwort and make, like 9, create a block, this thing, that if I make this, I can't deconstruct it to my knowledge. Maybe I could, I guess I have enough to find out. Can I do anything to this, or no, it's just like that now. So I don't know what advantage that would serve, purpose. No, what the hell ever. Let me see something. Don't need to get stuck with bamboo. I'll make it happen. Throw sticks on this. I don't care about this. Otherwise, what, yeah, just, they're actually adding more biomes to the nether, because right now it's 1. Well, it's funny, because, until recently, I'm not sure exactly when it switched over, it used to be if you went in here and looked at, F3, because right now we're in, like, plains or something. What are we in? Taiga, actually, snowy taiga. Plains is over here, and then once you get beyond all the biomes, it's all plains again. If you go in here, I think now it just says nether. If you look where it says, I can't do anything, but if you look at biome, above local difficulty. Oh, let me in. Nether, yeah. Used to be called hell. Which I suppose is a bit bold for a game that's like E for everyone. On the other hand, it tells me things. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just I try to be a little careful about what I say while doing this. I guess to my thinking, if I'm playing a game that's rated E, I try to like hover toward that. If I ever play like Grand Theft Auto or something, it might become a little more M. Just because the dialogue in the game is going to be a little more M.
And then if you're playing a Lego game, it's just all bets are off.
Yeah, those are infuriating. I got rid of those though because the whole thing went off the rails at some point, so they're just not even on the channel anymore.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. We'll do it again sometime though.
Still nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that. The part of the thing there is they did do there's a Lego game for Force Awakens, but there's not one for Space Bear yet. I don't think. Is there?
I haven't seen
I'm not going to call it The Last Jedi, because here's my reasoning. Can't call it Last, because at best it's penultimate. Can't call it Jedi, because I already called Jedi. That was 1983. You can't it doesn't work. Of everything that people complain about with Space Bear, the Space Bear was the working title, it was the Blue Harvest of Episode 8. For everything everyone complains about, I'm the only one who seems to mind. Wait, oh damn, I said wait though. How dare you? Let me out of here. And by the time I get back down, it'll be irrelevant. I saw what looked like it might have been coal. I wouldn't know because it's not there now. It's probably more up here somewhere. What, yeah, the most egregious misunderstanding of concept in Space Bear was trying to call it that. Whatever, The Rise of Skywalker, which of course everyone's debating what that even means. That's different. It doesn't really hurt me, as I don't see any. Well, nothing really hurts me. So for that, I'd have to give a damn, and I really kind of don't.
What is this?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Oh, I decided to look into it.
Okay, how'd that go?
Initial release date 2020. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Oh, see, that's where I was going with. That's the first I've heard of that, but that's what I was anticipating.
Ah.
Well, because Christ, at this point, what did I get? I got Lego Star Wars when it was the prequels. And what was that, like the Xbox?
That was the GameCube.
It was? Okay.
Yeah, the complete saga we got on the 360.
Well, that's where I was going with that. Yeah, then I got the 70s trilogy, the 80s trilogy, whatever you call it, the good one. Probably also for the GameCube. And then, yeah, the Xbox or the 360, whatever you want to call it. I got the 6-film set thing, which was sort of all cross-compatible, which was cool. I have so many copies of every damn game I have. I've since got the whole thing in, Steam EXE, which is why it's not difficult to record. Although I've got this Elgato thing here too, so I can do like an Atari or an N64 or whatever I want.
Yeah, we should really test that
We'll
someday.
get to it. I bought the thing. My work here is done. It's like 97% of what I have. So this is potentially something. I spent the money. What else do you want from me? What? I had a point. Oh yeah. So and then I've got Steam. I got also the Force One, Episode 7. Which I think I've got through all the way. I don't know if I got all the way through. It's so... I hate it now. It was so much better when they didn't talk. And now they all have to talk. They're always talking. No, it was hilarious how much they didn't talk. And what they made it work, How they... Oh, you're not sleeping anymore, are you?
No, sorry.
Let me do that. I don't care, but let's sleep, I guess. What?
I hate to sound like an old person, but yeah, when they went all talkies instead of
I
silent.
know. What's that about? It's like, wait, don't you understand that Chaplin and Marcel Marceau was kind of he was around, I think, he was a mime. I don't think he was just limited by the lack of technology. That's one of the reasons I hate when, Americans in particular call films, movies. Like, you realize that, 1924 happened and we got sound, right? I don't know when sound was invented. Back then somewhere, it was a while ago. It was like the copyright failover thing. It's been forever. But there's still, it's like, the moving pictures. It's a film. Shut the hell up. No, it's digital, so it's not film. It's like, well, you're stupid, so you're not smart, so shut up about it. It's just, they're called films. That's what they are. Anyway.
Yes, words mean things.
Mm-hmm. I like to think so. And if I'm wrong, then who can tell me I'm wrong? Because I can say that wrong means right.
Yeah, the humor got lazy. They just started putting words in.
Yeah, it wasn't even like that. Mostly it was just, here, we sampled this out of a film, and there's still background music behind it. Sound effects. Like, that just sucks. Don't do that. I don't know why. Games are just like... You can almost call it like the last frontier, but it's really just the last place to be unbelievably try-hard without being any good at it. I think the worst offender, especially in retrospect, is I've got that Deadpool game, which was great. I didn't mind the game. The game itself was good as a game, and largely it was okay. But here's the problem: this game came out after the comics were established. It would have to, but before there were any films. And as a matter of character, Deadpool, acknowledges that he's in a comic book or a film or whatever. He just destroys the fourth wall. But this game was so... It's like someone told him that's a thing that happens, and they just ran with it. So there's got to be 1,000 times in that game where he's just talking to the developers and name dropping. And it's like, this is bad. You're just not doing it very well. I get what you're going for, but you suck at it. You're not good at this. And that's kind of how the Lego Star Wars, or any Lego game, the new ones.
You don't really have to worry about the Deadpool game. It's pretty much been ungamed at this point.
I don't know what that means.
I think there was a rights issue.
I still don't know what that means. What do you mean ungamed? Like it's vaporware? Or abandonware?
Not really. It was on Steam for a bit. Now it's gone.
Oh, really? I just got it on the, I think it's the Xbox again.
It's sort of like Lego Lord of the Rings in that way.
Oh, did they cancel that one?
Yeah, you only have a copy because I hunted down.
Yeah, you got it through GOG.com or something, or whatever it was.
Every once in a while, someone who is still, hoarded up keys does a giveaway, and I jumped on one, and then I jumped on one for you.
Okay, cool. I don't care. The details of it aren't really relevant. My point is that yeah, the Lego games just lost the plot at some point. It's like, well, let's talk. No, the cool thing about it. Well, I mean, for one thing, I guess technically the Lego Star Wars game. I don't like cinematic games. They really bug me. I don't like the larpiness of it. So I'm in the films. No, you're not. You're in a chair. But this is not. Has it one at all happened?
No,
What
I've been watching.
I don't know. Let me see. Move.
Nice bird pattern.
Okay. He's in there. I don't know why he's not coming out. Oh, damn it. There's nothing I can do. Well, I mean, there is. Let me go do the cheaty thing.
Alright.
I'll be official about it and lose whatever the hell I need to lose. It's a stack of this stuff, so. We'll just say I did the Chesterville thing, and I went and gave this to Chester. I probably should be putting these in a box somewhere to really account for what doesn't matter anymore. You get out. I already have this up, so give me that, and I can replace anything else in there because they're just falling and giving me whatever it is that I used to buy them. Please run. This is stupid. Go, go, go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cinematic games in general, but let's just replace the which I guess is probably the cheapest. The spider, right? Let's replace the spider, actually. Does that help? Why aren't you spawning?
Yeah, did the not spawning when you put it in thing again?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Maybe they just can't spawn in the overworld.
It's Oh, you know what? I honestly hadn't thought of that. No, that doesn't make... Well, no, that actually makes a lot of sense. Let me go find a place to test something. I'll just find the hell out. Give me another egg. I'll pay for it later. Front me. Well, if there's anywhere they're really not going to spawn, it's going to be in here, but it's a place that I can... it doesn't matter. It's going to be one guy. I'll just put it down somewhere and see what happens. That's... I don't know why I'm concerned about this. I'm just going to put it in there. That's a skeleton. That's a spooky. So what the hell? And here he comes really slowly. I don't know why I was concerned. So, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I can't, and I got coal. I can't really think of a reason. I guess maybe they just need a surface to spawn onto. What? Stop it! Is it because I'm growing back? I don't know. Shit. Leave. Oh, because lag. I don't care. No, that's counting down. Something's just stupid. I don't know what the... Okay, bye. I don't know. Please finish eating. My other thought is, maybe setting them up to, spawn on a surface that... Kind of like the first village here. If we, I assume I can kind of... Yeah, I don't need these on me. I assume I can kind of see this from where I'm going to be. If you, if I spawned them and water pushed them in, I think that might into a cactus. That could conceivably work. I'd have to build the thing somewhere, but it could happen. I don't know, I don't really have time right now because we're at 29 and a half minutes.
What was that?
I don't know.
Something...
Well, I just threw in, I think it was... what do you want?
I think one just spawned.
It's possible. I just threw in 4 bits of coal here, so they're going to show up regardless at some point. I don't know when. But if that's what happens, then great. I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was 4. It was recorded, so I can be sure later. Let me go check. Maybe it's just still on the surface down there if that's what happened. If not, I don't know. Figure it out. It's just really slow in any case. I'm not thrilled about that. What happened? What if there's nothing here? Where's the minecart? Come here. Okay, it's a scale. It's not what I want. Golden. Okay. There's coal, coal, coal. I just saw 4 different ones. I don't know if there's a 5th or whatever it would be. I guess I'll find out upstairs. Let me know if another one happens, I guess.
Okay.
It may just be that it's so damn slow right now with all the lag that, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant that what's happening. But let me over here and see what comes up, because it shouldn't take too long for this stuff to get up here. It's got to roll its way down, and there might be stuff in front of it. But I did clear out, I don't know if I mentioned
Another
that.
one just spawned.
You saw it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, what the? I got bamboo because yay. There's bones right there, so yeah, that sounds right. I don't see any coal. So I'm not... I still don't know for sure whether coal is going to be something we get. Like maybe. Oh, I don't know. We're out of time. I'm also kind of thinking on my end. It's like late September here, and I really should be back in school. Rod Stewart. Anyway, we're recording. This is going to be like the day after Guy Fawkes Day. You know, it's going to be like November the 6th or something when this happens. So, I'm actually kind of thinking about backing away from this on my end. And just taking October off as far as recording, and then we'll come back to it when it's more close to real time. Because right now, it's just... pretty soon we're going to be like, hey, I wonder if Star Wars came out, you know?
There's another one.
Okay, cool. Let me go look. I guess we're just going to go a bit long. Which is fine if we're going to be... There's coal, I see it.
Yay!
Yeah, that happened. So, that answers the question, I guess. I mean, there's 2 sets of spookies in there now. We got to replace the spiders at some point. The one... Did you see where it came from?
The lower one.
Okay. So I could replace the... Which one I get? I mean, not witch as in alternatives. I mean, witch as in it's a witch and it cackles and annoys me. Give me, I'm just going to do this real quick, and then we'll stop. We're going to go long, apparently. But damn it to hell! Let me go get an egg from down here where eggs come from. Get, talk to Chester. Witch egg. We'll just put this on the bottom where I... Actually, we had 2 witch... Yeah, there's a witch right. What the hell ever. That was stupid. I'll do the spiders instead.
Yeah.
We have... Well, witches are good for redstone. Oh, we have, by the way, stuff. Do I have spider eggs? Yeah, there we go. We'll just, put the spider somewhere, I guess. Which one did you say we got? It spawned it?
The one, the second one up, not the one right below the water.
Okay, look out. So, that one.
That one's making spookies.
Okay, I'll put the spider up here and see if it does us any good. I don't know. That's a spider, so slow like anything else, but it's working, I think. Alright, well that answers that question. Sort of. I mean, and we got, yeah, let me double check. We had the 4 that I knew about, the coal bits that I knew about. And then I saw at least 1 more, and I don't know after that what happened. There's 2, so it's just still tricky. Yeah, we'll find out later. It doesn't matter right now. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's happening. Yeah, so I'm thinking we maybe just take October off. Come back in November when we're, you know, have a lead time of a week at this point. And yeah, so I might play other... Again, I've got the Elgato. I always think... I know it means cat. The cat. E-L-G-A-T-O. But for some reason, it's all one word in this thing when I look at this.
It's probably something else, so I don't know.
Well, I don't know, but it's funny because alligator is a bastardization of Elgato, which means the lizard. which is funny because it's not a lizard, it's a diopsid. It's not squamata. So when I look at Elgato, I think alligator, not cat. I don't know why, it's just me. It doesn't matter. Just trivia, yay. I know stuff. Bye. We'll see you in a month, or, tomorrow, depending if you're you or me, I guess. Alright, later.